What's up, Discord? Welcome back to another weekly outlook. Now, this week we're going to be covering from the 16th through the 21st of January. So, that's like halfway through the month so far. This month has been not that bad. This month has been a good month so far. We're seeing a lot of price action pick up. We're seeing a lot of pairs start to decide where they want to go. So far this month it's been really not that bad, right? Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Hope you got some time to actually relax your mind and take a break from these charts, and to actually do something other than just looking at these markets. Like, it's okay to look at the markets on a day-to-day basis throughout the week, but you always want to find some time to just take a break away from the markets to not fry your brain with charts. All right, so I hope you guys find the time to take a break, enjoy yourself, relax for a little bit. But now it's the start of the week again, so we're back on the charts. We're back to look to see what's the best opportunities and the best trades for us to get into. All right, so we're gonna start off with DXY as always. DXY finally is making its move. We finally broke this low that I was waiting for. So simply what I'm waiting for now is I'm waiting for this retracement here, and I want to see a reaction from here on DXY and for us to continue lower and coming inside of this whole area as a whole. So I have this POY here, but the market trading inside this whole area is going to be enough for me. I would like to see us trade inside of this point of interest, but just us coming in here or anywhere else, just us coming into this area is the thing that I want to see in general, right? Like I said before, with the point of interest, this is a specific area, so it doesn't mean that we have to come in here and the market going to be valid. If the market does not come in here, so how to give example, let's say we do something like this and then we go up, right? That's still valid to me. The market doesn't have to trade inside of this point of interest because this whole area here is the general demand zone, right? This is just a specific and precise area that I would like the market to trade into, but doesn't mean it has to go down there, right? That's simply what I want to try to get here, but I would like to see it come down here instead of this specific area, since we have some imbalance down here and whatnot. So that's what I'm going to be looking for DXY right now. Hopefully we could come down here. Depending on what we do down here, if we get an accumulation, most likely we can come take out this high and we can drive higher into this distribution up here. But if we don't do that, right, if we continue lower and we break this reaccumulation zone, this demand zone here, let's say we get something like this, come down here, we break this area, then we could see a retracement and we will definitely continue lower into here. Okay, so that's simply what I'm looking for right now on DXY. I'm just trying to see how we're going to react inside of this demand zone, and we'll see what happens after that. All right, so now for EU, right, we have this main supply zone here. So EU and DXY are kind of inverse from each other. So we have this main area of supply. This is the main area that I'm going to look for Euro USD to target. Once we get to this area, that'll decide whether we're going to continue higher or whether we're going to continue lower. If we continue lower from this supply area here, we're going to come down here into this accumulation zone, right? But if we continue higher, we more likely might take out this high. We'll see what happens. But the first thing we need to do is we need to get up here. So if DXY is going to get up here, we're going to come up here from one of these areas, right? So the first area that I'm looking for a buy from is this 20-minute area, this 20-minute sponsor candle, right? I know it's not an actual candle, it's a wick, but this is still a candle technically. If I went to another time frame, I just couldn't find the candle, so I just stick with this wick right here because it's clear and it's unmitigated, and I know this whole area is a demand zone. This is the first area that I'm looking for. The second area, if this area is broken, right, let's say we break this area, I'll look for right here, since this is another unmitigated candle right down here that opened up during New York session, and we have another simply reaccumulation here. Okay, so the first area I'm going to try to buy from is here and then here. In both of these areas, I'm not setting no limit orders. I'm going to wait for that lower time frame accumulation, that lower time frame confirmation entry to prove to me that the market wants to go higher from one of these areas. All right, so essentially, right, this low broke this order flow. So this is going to be our slingshot, and this could be another slingshot, right? So both of these areas are valid. We just got to see which area the market wants to react from, and we'll just wait for that. The market has already kind of brought its way down here a little bit, so we're just going to be patient and wait to see what this gives us. And once we, you know, probably most likely maybe get an entry from one of these areas, we're gonna ride it until we get up here. All right, so we'll have this hedge buy going on right here, and until we get to this area, if we see some sales, we'll catch some sales inside of here and we'll close out these buys. Or if we get, you know, possibly another reaccumulation, then we have these buys here to hold us as we're going towards the upside. Most likely than not, we might sell from this area since this is a valid supply area, but we'll see. I'm sure that we'll get a reaction from this area for sure. And one more thing you can see as this kind of grab liquidity here. So yeah, it's a valid supply zone. So that was it. Really didn't take anything from last week from EU. EU was really just being messy, and it made this move towards the end of the week. So this is something that might play out, you know, beginning of this week, maybe in the middle of it. But let's move on to GU. GU, we caught something on GU from down here. Now, GU is kind of like the same thing on EU, but this has moved up quite more than EU has, right? We have this strong bullish order flow going on right now. So let me go ahead and delete all of this down here. So we have this strong bullish order flow going on with GU. Now with GU, it's kind of like the same thing on EU. I'm looking for buys until we get inside this area. All right, we haven't completely tapped inside this area. I believe this is like a 4-hour candle maybe. Yeah, it's this 4-hour right here. All right, it's basically the field of imbalance. I couldn't find the exact candle here, so I chose this candle right here because I know this was the last up candle for the down move, and we have a field of imbalance here. So after that, we just have equal highs sitting here. So I don't believe the market will kind of react off of anything up here. If we do come up here, we'll just probably break structure and continue higher. But for the time being, let me see if I can find the exact candle for this. For the time being, here it is, this 10-minute candle right here. This is where I'm going to look for a reaction from. All right, I'm going to look for that lower time frame entry out of this zone right here. If we do not react from here, then I'll look for a entry down here inside of this area. All right, so I have these two areas that I'm looking for entries inside of. I'm really not gonna try to play this counter trend. So let's say the market comes up here and then we sell. I'm not interested in this sell right here. I'm more interested in the buy. I mean, there's a possible sell opportunity that you can possibly get out of this candle here if you want to take that opportunity, but I'm personally just not gonna be interested, and I'll just rather wait for the buy. So GU is pretty simple, bullish order flow, and we have not invalidated any lows yet, so there's no reason to sell with GU right now because we haven't shown any signs of weakness. We haven't shown any signs of weakness from the buyers. We haven't seen sellers come in yet. We haven't actually traded inside this area yet, so I could potentially see one more drive inside this area before we get that distribution, possibly, if we get the distribution, right? Now, simply one thing I want to say is we're not going to fight against the market. We're not going to fight against the trend, right? If we're seeing this bullish order flow continue towards the upside, we're going to continue to buy it. But we are cautious that we are getting inside of the supply zone. So we're just going to be careful with that, and we're going to know what to target, and we're not going to put as much risk as we would. Okay? So just be cautious, understand where you are in the market. The market is showing us this bullish order flow, bullish price action, so we're going to continue to try to buy it until we see otherwise. Now, AU really did us dirty last week. We had a buy order like sitting right underneath, like right here, I think. We missed it by like a couple pips. I don't know how much exactly the pip count was, but we missed it by a couple pips, and then AU flew. And, you know, this was my original target, but we eventually already hit that target. So simply, now this has became a bullish leg for me, right? This is some bullish order flow going right here. If we zoom out more, right? AU is bearish, but right now we have this bullish order flow going towards the upside. So essentially we're playing this retracement. So what I'm going to do is in this 14-minute candle is where I'm going to look for a buy opportunity. Now, I'm not going to set a limit order just yet. I want to see how the market approaches down here before I set a limit order. I want to see us get this slow price action, and then I'll decide whether I want to set a limit order or not. If I don't set a limit order, I'll just simply look for lower time frame accumulation. All right, but this is the only area I'm going to be looking for because this is what needs to be mitigated. This is the last area of mitigation. So simply you can see whatever candle was right here is mitigated. This mitigated. So this is the last thing that needs to be mitigated. So simply there's no other area here that I would trade from but this area. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for. Now I was looking for a possible sell right here and then I was going to buy it, but the market kept continuing down. So I kind of forgot about those sales and I'm more focused on the buy. Now, if we do catch the buy, I'm going to be targeting this right here, this supply zone. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to be targeting the supply zone. And as we continue towards the upside, I'm just going to target supply zones, right? I mean, these markets are really simple right now, guys. These are some really simple setups. And these are like the setups that we want. We want these simple setups where we know what to do and how to play it. So you can see how I'm just flying through these markets and showing you what I see and how I'll play it because these are simple. These are good, simple setups that we want to see. All right. We don't want the markets to be complicated. We want everything to be clear and simple like this. So that's what we're going to keep doing. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to keep just going through it. All right. Yeah, I'm not 200% on USDJPY right now. We are bullish though. We are bullish. Let me see. Yeah, definitely. We are 100% bullish. We have bullish order flow. We have everything is bullish. Okay, so I was looking for a buy here, but we didn't get that, right? So what I would do is, since this now became a redistribution, since we did try to buy here, but we couldn't, so a failed accumulation is a redistribution. We continue down. I was looking for entry inside this area. I think we missed it by like a couple of pips. Yeah, we missed it by like a couple of pips. So since we are getting some breaks of structure or whatever, see if I can find like an actual candle I could play off of. I'm not gonna set a limit order anywhere here, by the way. I'm just trying to see if I could find something potentially that I could play off of because that's the one thing that could really be the bad thing about setting points of interest, because if I zoom out, I think I've seen the candle. Let me go look at it. Okay, here it is. So essentially this 4-hour doji candle is an entire demand zone, right? So technically we did tap into the demand zone. Technically this whole area is a demand zone. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about DXY, and when you're setting your points of interest and your precision areas, sometimes you'll see that the market comes into the area but not into your precise area. Doesn't mean that it's invalid or whatever. That just means that the market decided to react off of this whole area, because essentially this whole area is a demand area. Just because you mark out this precise area of the whole demand area doesn't mean it has to come into it. All right, so just be careful of that. Now, simply I could just adjust this and say, okay, we did tap inside this we did tap inside of this candle right here, which we did, but where I had my precise area was down here. All right, I think I had it down here somewhere on this field of imbalance right here. Doesn't mean the market can't come down here, right? But doesn't mean it has to at the same time. So potentially what could happen is we could come down here for one more drive and fill this, or we could just not do that and we could just leave it and go towards the upside. Okay, so that's basically what's going on right here on this. Let's see, what else am I going to? We rated Asian liquidity. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Let me see if I can find a candle for you guys real quick that I could play off of this. All right, here we go. The reason why I chose this area right here is because we rated Asian lows. So essentially, you could say this is a sponsor candle that rated Asian lows, and we broke highs. So we're breaking structure towards the upside. We're showing bullish intent. So basically, what I will do here, hold on. Okay, here we go. What I would do here inside of this 34-minute candle, if we do get an accumulation, I'll buy from here, but that's the only way I'll buy. I'm not saying a limit order from here, mainly because we could potentially come and fill this imbalance. All right, so essentially what I'll be looking for is possibly a down move, accumulation, and then I'll buy till we get up here inside of this redistribution area here. This is a, picture clear, picture perfect. Let me go ahead and do this. I'm getting twisted on my words, but this is a picture perfect redistribution. You can see the obvious ice here. So this is a clear supply zone. So this is a clear target for us. If we catch an entry down here, we're going to target up here. All right, that's essentially what I'm looking for on USD JPY. Let's move on to GJ. Now, GJ, I am still waiting for us to come inside of this 53-minute candle. I don't know why I was thinking 30, but I think I don't know why. But this 53-minute candle is, I'm still looking for us to tap in here. We still haven't tapped in here. We still haven't invalidated this high, which means this area is still valid. All right, we still haven't taken out this high right here, which means this is still valid. So that's why I'm still looking inside this area. All right, now what I was thinking about doing, this is kind of risky, but if you want to join me, you can. What I was thinking about doing, since we rated Asian highs, right? So you could say this is like a mini redistribution or whatever that you want to take it as. Since we rated Asian highs and we move towards the downside, I will take a distribution from here if the market gives us that. So I will take this small distribution and targeting down here. That's the only way that I'll sell from here, is if we get a valid distribution. I need to see a clear distribution, right? A clear distribution, guys. Get me on that. So I need to see a clear distribution from this area in order for me to sell from here. If I sell from here, I'm going to target this 53-minute candle. So essentially it's going to be a sell, and then I'm going to look for a buy. All right, so a sell to buy. That's the only way I'll play this. Let me go ahead and reset this before trading view is being dumb right now. So all right, so let me go ahead and draw this out for you guys. This is what I'm looking for. Looking for that distribution to target down here. All right, simple setup. I'm not gonna buy this until we come down here. Until we come down here, I'm not gonna buy this. If we do break this high, I'm still not gonna buy this. All right, because we could still come down here. So the only way that I would deem this area invalid is if we make a new high above this. Once we make a new high, then I'll change my area. But until then, this is the area. Right, this is the candle that I want to look. That's the candle that I want to see us tap into. Simply, right there. Right, and your GPB is ugly right now, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Let me change these around a little bit. Yeah, ugly right now, so not even gonna bother. All right, so essentially CAD JPY is giving us this higher time frame distribution. So you could say PSY, right? Buying climax, automatic rally. What I don't see so far is I don't see a minor sign of weakness. I see these lows holding, so we got to be careful on that. Okay, so you have your up thrust, and this could potentially be your use ad. Now we did get a break of order flow here, so this is a higher time frame, you could say, distribution, or this could become a reaccumulation. We're gonna just watch this. I'm not gonna take anything crazy so far, right? This is a supply zone. This is right here is another point of interest that we could look at, which I'm looking at right now. But I'm not just going to take a limit order from this area. I'm just going to be careful on this. But just know that we could see a distribution from here. Now, I'm not 100% confident in this distribution because, well, essentially, let's look at what's going on CAD right now. So this is another way that you could kind of see these fake outs, or when the market tries to do like all of this nonsense, right? Essentially, look what's going on this. This does not look bearish at all. There's no reason for us to be distributing here, right? We could see that this could be a distribution, but there's no reason for it since we are bullish, right? Nothing about this is telling us bearishness. So why are we distributing here? So essentially what you could come in conclusion with this is this could potentially be a fake out. I'm betting that this is more likely going to be a fake out than it is going to be a distribution. So essentially we might see something like this. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in a little bit. So essentially we might see something like this. Maybe we can sell from here, market will come down, take out all of these lows, and then we could see this, right? And this essentially is going to be a higher time frame reaccumulation to drive us to take out this high, right? I want to see this high taken out because we are bullish. Okay, so just know I'm betting on this to be a reaccumulation, higher time frame. So just be careful with this. But right now, as like a short-term trade that I was looking on this so far, was I was trying to take a sell opportunity from here. Just something short-term for now on this 30-minute candle. Since this is a clear redistribution, right here is a redistribution. And then as I pointed out, this could be your point of interest up here. So essentially this is a redistribution, another redistribution. So what I was going to do is I'm looking at this price action and I can see that, momentum is slow. Momentum for the buyers are slow, which means buyers are not interested in this right now. So what I would do is if we get a distribution from here, and only if we get a distribution, I will take a sell from here. And since this was the redistribution that invalidated this low, which made this high, this is a valid supply zone. So I will look for a distribution up here, only if we get a distribution, because I'm still kind of iffy about this whole thing in general. So I'll take a sell from this area, target these lows, right? Target these lows, maybe even further. We'll just see how it goes. But so far, I'm just going to look to see how we react inside this area, and we'll go from there. All right. So essentially, as a trade idea right now, I am going to look for, lower time frame entries, target simple lows where we're not going to, make anything too crazy. Simple lows. Okay. Simple lows. I'm not saying this can't be a, overall distribution, but the probability of it is low since we are bullish and there's no reason for us to be distributing. Simply as that. But hey, the market does what it does. We can't predict the market. We can only react. So simply, that's why I'm just going to sell from here, because that's what the market is showing me right now. It's showing me bearishness. So we're going to sell. All right. Until proven different. Now, CAD JPY really upset me. Not CAD JPY, CAD CHF. That's what it is. CAD CHF really upset me. It missed this by I'd say like half a pip. You can see this clear candle right here, this clear 8-hour candle. This was my point of interest, and it missed it by I'd say barely anything. Yeah. Yeah, that was that. So simply what I'm gonna do here is I'm waiting. I'm waiting for us to come down here. I'm not interested in doing anything here, right? We're in the middle of no man's land. So essentially we're in between demand and supply. We haven't fully traded this supply zone yet, so we could come back up and still trade inside of here. But until we do that, I'm really not interested in what's going on right here until we get down here inside of this zone, and then I'll look for potential buys. Or we come up here, I'll look for potential sales. That's all I'm gonna do on CAT CHF. I'm not gonna play around in the middle, so I'm gonna just leave it like that. And then we can look at gold for a second. Yeah, we can look at gold for a second. I know I was looking at gold on, let's see. Gold right now is really weird. I'll say that because I really was hoping that we took out this high. From this accumulation and this reaccumulation, we wasn't able to take out this high. So that's kind of showing me that, you know, gold is really indecisive right now. Since we accumulated down here, higher time frame, and we have this zone that's never been tapped into. Also, we distributed up here on higher time frame. So both of these areas are supply and demand areas. And right now we're just trading in the middle. And you know, you got to be careful when you're trading in the middle. But simply, I was looking for a buy opportunity here. But the fact that we couldn't take out this high is throwing me off. Because if these buyers were strong enough, they should be able to take out this small high right here to continue the order flow. So simply what I was going to do was I was going to try to buy gold from here and then to target this supply zone up here. But it's being iffy right now. Now, when I was looking at this on the live call with a couple of members from the Discord that joined, let's see. I was looking at this on the live call, and I believe we didn't catch anything. We saw this, you know, setup that happened during, when was this? Yeah, New York. So essentially, it was a simple raid of Asian liquidity, and then the market came and tapped inside this area. Easy little scalp, and then I believe we said that this was the next area right here that we could potentially look for a sell. But oh yeah, and we took out these sides as well. But gold right now, I don't know. Gold is, personally, I'm not gonna be interested in gold. Really, I don't know. I'm not liking gold how it's looking right now. Unless we come down here, right? I may look for a buy, but I'm not interested in this. That's really what, because these highs and lows, they're not invalidating each other. They're kind of like ranging in the middle. And I don't want to deal with that. It's just a lot of trades and a lot of back and forth that I don't want to deal with. I'd rather trade some of these other markets than deal with gold, right? Unless we, you know, show some valid movement to where the market wants to go. If we would have took out this high, I would have for sure looked for buys inside these areas, but we didn't. So now we could just take out these lows again, right? And it's just a lot of middleness and BS that could happen that I don't want to deal with. Now, you can, if you want to, you can, you know, look at gold, trade at gold, you know, you can still use these areas, but be careful, right? If you still want to look at this reaccumulation area and this accumulation area, just be careful. I would for sure only look for accumulation down here and just see how the market moves after that. Still though, my target is going to be up here. Like if gold was to go up, target this right here. If you get in a sell, target these areas and mainly this, because this is still unmitigated. Other than that, gold is really like scalp right now. So if you really want to trade gold, just look for these scalp trades and just simple things like that. Now, one thing I do want to look at is I want to look at NAS 100 for Harry, right? I know we were talking about NAS. Essentially, NAS right now is bullish. Okay, we're in this bullish leg, right? We have this bullish leg from this low to this high. Because of that, the market could still come all the way down here inside this area and we're still bullish. Okay, all of this that's going on right now is order flow. All right, so all this middleness is order flow. So just be careful on that. But for right now, for right now, where we're looking at, I believe who was looking at this on the live calls, and whoever's interested in these live calls, I do announce when we're getting inside these live calls. Trust me, they're good. We talk, we have a good time, we talk about the markets, a lot of information, all right, a lot of information. So essentially what we talked about, and this is very unfortunate, so what we talked about is we talked about these lows right here, these Asian lows getting rated. We had, I believe it was Masu, if I'm pronouncing it correct, that had this area marked out and it tapped inside this area. So when we zoomed in this, we talked about these Asian lows getting rated and how we would trade from, I believe it was, let's see, this 8-minute candle. Yep, that 8-minute candle, and the market missed it by like a couple of pips. So since we were able to take out this supply zone from this low to this high, essentially we could potentially see another high, right? Potentially. But right now, as like a scalp, how I would play this is I would look for an entry down here, right? This is where I look for an entry from. Since, you know, it's going from it's going from low to high. So low, and then whatever high we create, and then we could potentially see a down move, go up, and then we could see this small bullish trend going on. We could potentially. That's how I would play this right now. I would have loved for this entry to be activated. That would have been the best entry. But now you really just have to just see how the market moves from here. But essentially, if this bullishness keeps up, we could see another high be created, retracement, another high be created, and we could target this right here, right? That's what we could see if this bullishness continues. So as of right now, main targets are going to be taking out this right here. So essentially, if you were to get into a buy anywhere here, target somewhere up here, because this is what we're going to have to take out for us to continue that bullishness. All right here is just lower time frame, and all that is just scalp, right? But essentially, we're going to have to take out this high. Since this is the low, this is the high. Now this is another potential low. This is not a low until we break this high. So all you're doing right now, all we're doing is assuming. So until we take out this high, that's when we know that we're in this bullish order flow. Until then, we don't know right now. There's a potential this could continue. There's a potential it can't. I would bet on it continuing, just me personally, but just be careful because I know how these indices like to play around a lot. So that's really it for Forex and indices. One thing that we can look at, that we always look at, is crypto, right? Crypto. So now, I know we're talking about this reaccumulation area here. So what I did was I found this line, right? Well, I didn't find this line. I marked this line right here and I put the end to the tip of this wick right here to see if we actually invalidate the area or not. And, you know, surprised as I am, we did not take it out yet. Technically, we did not take it out, right? And you might be thinking like, oh, it's just a little bit. That little bit actually matters. All right, like it actually matters because this is the difference between a liquidation and a mitigation. Okay, because since we did not take this out, we did not take this wick out, we can assume that something down here got mitigated. That's what we can assume. Now, if we did take this out like this, that's a mitigation, right? That with this wick, if we take this wick out, that's a mitigation, and that's just invalidating the zone. So since we did not take this low out, we have not invalidated this zone yet. Okay, doesn't mean we're gonna go bullish, but all I'm saying is we have not invalidated the zone yet. So speaking about crypto, Bitcoin right now, let's just look at what we're looking at. So previously we had this high that was holding us bearish, right? So essentially, this was the most important high to break before we go bullish again. Now, this high right here has taken this low out. So now this is the most important high. This high is not important no more since this high has taken this low out. This right here is the most important high. Once we break this high, if we're able to break this high, we could potentially see higher prices. Okay. So that's why I have this arrow here. Now, simply let's zoom in and let's see what's going on as of right now. Now we have this accumulation net form. All right. Me, Derwin, and a lot of people in the crypto chat was talking about this. We had this accumulation net form, was essentially looking for an entry here or an entry inside of this reaccumulation. I know Derwin took an accumulation entry down here. He took an entry somewhere in here. So I know he's in an entry somewhere there, right? Because there's a smaller time frame accumulation that occurred down here. So just to prove it to you guys that, you know, SMC, Wyckoff, it works. Okay. Trust me. It happens everywhere. It happens in every market. You can go in the stock market and see the exact same thing. You just got to know how to use it. All right. So I know there was a lower time frame accumulation that occurred here, right? Boom. Essentially what's going on right now, we're going to see if we can drive past this distribution. If we can do that, potentially, right? If we can pass here, now our next obstacle is this. Now, depending on how we react from here is going to determine whether we continue higher or we continue lower. We could go either way from here. Since we are showing interest of buyers from these accumulations, and right now, as of like right now, we can see there's another potential accumulation that's going on. Let me go ahead and show you guys right now. So as you can see there's another potential accumulation that's going on inside of this reaccumulation, right? 1, 2, 3 drives. You have your breakup here. Now, essentially what we're doing here is we're mitigating this. And if I zoom in again, let's see if we can see another accumulation. Oh, it's kind of ugly. Yeah, it's kind of ugly, but this entire, you know, possible accumulation is happening right now, and we're just seeing what's going to happen, whether we're going to mitigate this and continue up and trade inside this area, or we could continue higher and come right here. So we're going to see what's going on, right? We're going to see if buyers actually want to buy Bitcoin, or what do these institutions want to do. Okay. Now, like I was saying, we could go either way. Okay. We could come up here, react inside of this redistribution and continue higher, right? Well, essentially, if we do not break this redistribution, we'll go lower. Okay. If we go lower, then there's no other place for us to go than down here, right? That's simply it. That's simply speaking, right? If we go higher, then essentially we're just going to take out these highs here, and then we're going to go here, and then potentially we could just come all the way back over here. That's potentially. That's what I see on Bitcoin as of like right now. So it's just waiting and watching, right? I'm not buying anything right now. I'm not buying anything until I see like the actual bullishness. So I'd say once we break this high, if we break this high, I'm fully committed. I am confident into buying whatever. But until then, I want to see us break this area, right? We have to at least take out this for us to do anything. So I'm sorry if I was talking too much or I was kind of all over the place. Today this session was really simple. The setups are really simple this week, guys. So look, I do get on the live sessions. I'm gonna be on the live sessions like a lot this week. I think maybe 3 times. So join the sessions, right? I give out what I'm looking at live. So I know some of the trades I take, they happen too fast because I'm usually looking for confirmation entries, lower time frame entries. When I have the limit orders, I do send the limit orders out when I have enough time to send it out. But when I'm looking at those fast trades, those confirmation entries, lower time frame, they're fast, guys. So sometimes I might not be able to send it out for you guys to catch it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I can't. So if you want more information or you just want to talk and you want to look at the live charts, I do it every single time. New York session. It's always New York session. That's the time I trade. So if I'm going to have a live call, it's going to be during New York session. Okay. Join that. We have a good time there. So that's pretty much all I really have to say. I'm kind of losing my breath. I don't know why, but that's pretty much really all I have to cover. One other thing I want to show you too is, let's look at Ethereum. Isn't it, quote unquote, a coincidence that Ethereum is showing us this accumulation, right? At the same time that not DXY, but Bitcoin is showing us an accumulation, quote unquote, coincidence, right? So that's something I just wanted you guys to put in perspective. Like, these markets are controlled, okay? Whether it be the Forex market, indices, and now the crypto markets are starting to get controlled. Okay, so just understand we're not the ones controlling the market. Okay, we're not the ones controlling the markets at all. So I'll see you guys in the next session. I hope this market outlook was clear enough for you guys. If you have some suggestions or whatever that I could do differently or how I could improve on, whether it be the videos or, course or, trading wise, or simply teaching wise, or whatever the case may be, please let me know, right? Don't be shy to text me and hit me up. I'm always in the Discord, right? I'm fully active. Trust me, guys. You can reach me at any time. So just let me know, and we could just talk and grow as a community. So, the better that I am, or the better that you guys help me with doing something, the better you're going to be at traders, right? The better that I am at teaching, the better that you're going to be a trader, or, vice versa. So let's help each other out, right? So always remember to help your peers out as well. The people that are trading in the chat, in the community chat with you as well, help them out as well. Some people are new to this, like completely new. Some people, they know a little bit more than others, right? Help the ones that that are completely new, that don't understand some things, or I one thing I want to say is, sometimes I explain something to someone and they don't understand it, but someone else will explain the same thing and they understand it, right? It happens that way. I don't know why, but that's how we as humans are. So I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I hope you guys enjoyed this market outlook, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right.